fire for your mind. The kosher clinician.
Question real quick, and we'll do a part 2. Who is the real Charleston White? Who is the real Charleston White?
Man, let me just say this. The real Charleston White is a man who has remorse for killing somebody as a kid.
No doubt. I respect
I'm empathetic about that because I met that man's family and I looked at them people, man, and you can say what you want about white people, man. Them people got every reason to hate us, and they forgave us. They forgave us. Charleston is a man that lives to make his mother proud, homie. So some of the things I say, man, my mother won't even let nobody tell her about because it's some shameful thing, calling women bees, but even Jesus' mother and father didn't understand the role he had to play. Mama hate the fact that I will put myself and put my life in jeopardy to speak how I'm speaking when I can easily just go back and work with kids.
Right.
But man, I'm operating out of my convictions.
Right.
Out of what I know that's against and hurting our communities.
Right.
I participated in it. I done it. So Charleston White is a man that's operating and walking in purpose, that wake up every day facilitating a vision. I have a plan. Before I walk out of my door, I get in my shower and I get in that water and I drop to my knees and I ask God to fill me with whatever Holy Spirit, whatever spirit you got, God, deposit it in me. God, don't let my heart be hardened toward my own people. God, I don't want to be hateful. God, I don't want to be wrong. If I got to cry, I cry. And I get up and I baptize my own self and I come out that door and I go live and I be full of energy and I be rejoicing. Because I understand what God called me to do, man. So I don't care what nobody say, homie. If you really look at Charleston White, and if you really know Charleston White, then you would say, man, that's what redemption look like.
Well, brother, you definitely a testament to Nam. You know, I count it an honor for him to be on my platform. He's on Vlad TV. He's a big-time star on YouTube. And so you guys don't realize what y'all getting tonight. This man didn't have to take the time. You know, he could have charged me, but he didn't have to take the time to come on my platform and chop it up with me, but he's shown how he evolved from being from death to power. And right now you're seeing Charleston White manifesting his power. Charleston, you know, you talked about you were part of the Crips, and I used to work with Crips and Bloods when I was in the youth development, even when I was in prison. But now it's almost like, you know, I don't know if you mock them or you have a lot of disdain for it. How did you evolve from the Crips? And I know you've been in the YouTube streets talking about who's the guy, 50 Mac Crip or 55.
Yeah.
And it's funny to me because I'll be laughing my ass when I hear it. I know what you were talking about, but when I hear Hoover and 5 and all that, I know what you're talking about because a lot of the guys I used to work with would talk about French fries, King Hoover, and Burger King and all that. But why do you? Some people see you as like an enigma. It's like it's two sides of Charleston White. You see the benevolent side, and then you see the vicious side. Go ahead, brother.
If we don't destruct the gang culture, how can we construct the community after all the damage is done? Right? Mm-hmm. The gang culture done destructed and destroyed the community.
Right.
We trying to rebuild the community without destructing the gang culture.
Right.
How we gonna do that without turning them down? They done tore down the community. Mm-hmm. So you worked in the juvenile system, bro.
Yes, sir.
Come on, big bro.
I did.
You know a kid. I come from the good home, right? I just want to be accepted. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't even know nothing about gangs when I get introduced to gangs. It just looked and sounded fun and cool based off what was propagated through me through the hip-hop culture, the movies, right? The camaraderie, the brotherhood, make that shit look attractive. And they talking family talk. And they got somebody calling themselves OG big homie that's playing the role of a father who give you a hug every time y'all shake hands. Make it good, man. So nigga, I fight for you. So in the juvenile system, most niggas who join gangs didn't join gangs on the streets. They joined in the juvenile system.
Right.
Went back home with this new stuff. So when I got in, man, it was a trend to join a gang, man. And I joined inside the juvenile system. We ain't never had a 20-minute fight. Nobody's never been brutally hurt behind the gang banging inside the juvenile system. Maybe a few knots on the head, few broken knuckles, few broken nose. We just in the juvenile system being boys.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Under the banner and the name of gangbanging. So most of us, and even the juvenile workers used to say, man, you faking. When you go back home, y'all ain't even go write each other. Y'all ain't even go see each other. Y'all just doing this while y'all here. And they wasn't lying. So as I began to get older, brain development played a part. I'm in an environment that's healing my childhood issue. I'm in an environment that's addressing my childhood trauma. So if I'm getting healed in this juvenile facility, and when I come out, I'm healed, why would I still need the game?
Right.
I don't have the same issues that made me enter into the game. So in my 18, 19, 20, 20-year-old brain development, I'm getting closer to my prefrontal cortex connecting. So my logic and my reasoning is starting to become more clear at 21 compared to 14 and 15.
Right.
And now the culture is shifting. The culture is saying, fuck gang banging, and excuse my language.
Oh, you're fine, bro.
In 97, 98, Tupac had died, Biggie had died. Now the culture is propagating and promoting hustler drug dealing, not gang banging. Gang banging was promoted during the 90s. I'm coming home late 90s, early 2000s, so the culture is shifting. This stuff is more cultural than anything. The culture has more influence sometimes than the home teachings.
Right.
If you don't have a balance inside the home.
Right.
So that's where the evolution of Charleston saying, hold up, man, this gangbang stuff don't make it. I joined when I was a 14, 15-year-old kid, just entered into the juvenile system, wanting to prove I'm tough and I'm down. And made a hell of a name for myself. Boy, I worked my way up the ranks. I started calling shots. The big homie OG Zim left me to call shots. I called shots. I reigned 3-4 years with an iron fist. Playing, man. And the staff workers knew I was playing because they could see my mother and they could see through this hardened facade that I was putting on. Man, that's a good kid. And so that's how I got out, man. They came back and they testified, you know, this kid playing. He's a good wannabe gangster. And now just think, if he pretending like this and almost got all us food, just thinking we put him in, you know what I'm saying? I got people fooled like I'm really this cripped out little bitty dude. Man, I was playing the whole time. So when my homeboys grow up and say, oh, what's up, nut cuz? And we start having dialogue and I tell them, man, I was playing the whole time.
Fire for your mind. The kosher clinician.